Hey everyone, hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shelly and today I have a very special announcement. This is the second annual Picture This Readathon. Picture This 2023 Readathon. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I'm getting my words mixed up. This is a readathon in which we celebrate picture books. And I am going to get into the nitty-gritty, all of the details in just a moment. But I'm just so excited to be a part of this readathon in which we celebrate picture books, the love of picture books, how picture books are for everybody. And this year I am, my partner in crime, my co-host for this event is Jack at Spread Book Joy, who's really the mastermind of this readathon. And I just wanted to give a special thanks to her for putting this together once again and allowing me to be a part of it. So what is Picture This, the picture book readathon? Well, it is exactly that. We read picture books, and this month it's not this month, it's going to be in April. And so it's going to start April 1st to the end of April, so April 30th. And in that time, we are encouraging everybody to pick up picture books. Just so we're on the same page, let me give you a simple definition of a picture book. We are not talking about graphic novels, no, or that comic book format, whether they be the Sunday comics or anything that is those like squares, the pictures in the squares that have dialogue. No. We're not really talking about that. We're talking about picture books that are, let me give you an example. Typically large books like this that feature art as part of telling, the art is a part of telling the story, and the story has, text. And typically they're for children, but I would argue that they are actually for everyone. So here is a picture book, King Bidgood's in the Bathtub. This is by Audrey and Dawn Wood. We also have Flora the Flamingo. This is a wordless picture book. And then Children of the Forest by Elsa Beskow. Actually, these books are for an upcoming video. So that was like a preview of coming attractions. So now that we've got the definition of a picture book out of the way, we are celebrating picture books because there's an argument to be made that picture books are for everyone. And actually, very surprising to me that my local library changed the E. I don't think I have one of my, oh, I do. My local library actually uses that E, and it used to stand for easy book. And what it meant was that this was for the ages of a child starting at, well, there are board books, and that I think that's a B on it, but easy books are for the ages of 3 to 8 or 9. That would be like the target audience for the picture book. And actually very recently I noticed that in the card catalog, the online public access catalog is what it's now called. Card catalogs don't exist anymore, not to my knowledge. Anyways, we're not going down that trail. That they've actually changed the E to stand for everybody, which I loved. And last year doing this readathon, Gloria Z. Thompson, she was struggling to get into picture books, and she gave some advice, or she shared what she learned rather, and it was that picture books are actually written for two people. They're written for the child that is being read to, or who is picking up the book to read for themselves, but it's also written for the parent to read with the child. And so there's often a layer that is for the parent, that is for the adult that is reading to the child, because the adult wants to have a good time as well. And most writers and illustrators know this. And so they really truly are for everybody, which is probably my favorite thing that I learned last year. Sticking with the purpose of this readathon is that we are here to celebrate the pleasure and joy of picture books. And it is to either, give you a fresh perspective on something that you have already known, or to gain something new. And here's what I love about picture books is that I don't get out to museums very often. I don't know where I was going with it. I don't get out to go to museums very often, and I don't luxuriate in art very often. I just don't take that time for myself. Also, in my area, there are not a lot of museums that have fine art available in them to look at. So it's a problem with accessibility and with my own time. And so one way that I feel like I can dive into truly stunning, spectacular art that is playful, that is just incredible in a way, that I get that from picture books. So they are the best palette cleanser when it comes to my reading. When I feel like I need a little pick-me-up or I need a reminder of what beautiful art is and what it looks like, I will pick up a picture book, and it is so refreshing. So now that we can get the purpose out of the way, let's get to the prompts. This year's prompts are pretty fun. For me, I chose, we give one-word prompts, so you can interpret them the way that you would like. So I have silly, funny, and the color pink. So I just wanted us to have a lot of fun with our reading this year. And so I really chose very lighthearted prompts. So if you want to pick up a book that you think either looks silly or is going to be silly, one that is full of humor, one that you think is going to be, I can actually recommend a couple of books that just have such a good sense of humor to them. I'll get to a recommendations video upcoming. And then anything with the color pink in it, then those would count for the prompts that I am choosing. And Jack's prompts are hope, yellow, the color yellow, and movement, which I love. I also have books that I'm already gathering for those prompts. So, and we all need a little hope in our lives. And I have, movement is one of my things when it comes to art that I love to dive into, because movement is actually quite hard to capture sometimes. This year we have an extra challenge, and it is going to be to challenge you to do a deep dive into illustrators. Both Jack and I, or into a single illustrator, doesn't have to be everyone. Jack and I have organically found out that we both love to learn more about picture books by singling in on a single illustrator, a single artist. And it's really, I've found it's very gratifying to follow one artist's work, especially as they pair up with different writers, different children's poets, and to see how they interpret someone else's words. And you can also use that as a contrast to when the author, when the illustrator is the author themselves. It's a really interesting way to get to know an illustrator. I know that Jack feels the same way, that, diving into a single illustrator's work and getting 3 or 4 books by them is just a fascinating project. And actually not too long ago, I did a whole video about the illustrator Carson Ellis, her work, her body of work that I could get my hands on. And it was really interesting the way that her art changes based on, what story she's telling, whether she's paired up with an author that wants to set things in more contemporary times or has interpreted it as a more contemporary piece of work. And the way that she approaches and her consistency with her color palette. And I was really happy and delighted to bring that all to you. So I'm going to leave that video linked down below. So we challenge you to do a deep dive into an illustrator, and please tag us with the tag Picture This 2023 so Jack and I can see your video, and we can just relish in beautiful illustrations by wonderful illustrators ourselves. So that's the extra challenge. And then finally, if you are new to this readathon, last year Jack and I created a tag, and I will leave the tag questions actually down below. So if you feel inspired to do the tag, please do it. And then again, you can tag Jack and I to see the video with the @ or with the hashtag Picture This 2023. I know that for myself and for Jack, as we've been talking about this, that we have tons of content planned around this. I definitely have some things in the works right now, and I'm really excited to get to it, and to have those, come up on my channel, and for us to, live in this celebratory time of wonderful picture books and celebrating wonderful picture books. So yeah, that is it. I'm going to stop rambling. I will leave all of the information linked down below. And yeah, that's it from me. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.